Hi, so we're taking a look at mean deviation, or the mean of the deviation. Find the mean deviation of the following number set, which really is just getting the average difference of each value from the average of the distribution itself. Really very easy steps to follow, though, if that sounds complicated. So the first step is really simple. It's just go ahead and get the average of that distribution. So to do that, we're just going to say that bar x, or the average of x, will be equal to 7 plus 10 plus 10 more plus 13 plus 18. And then I will divide that by the number of elements in the set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will give me the average that I'm going to be working with. So 7 plus 10 plus 10 plus 13 plus 18. And that gives me 58, which I also have to divide by 5, which is 11.6. So the average of this distribution is 11.6. And now what I have to do is calculate the difference of each of those points from that average. So in other words, how far away is 7 from 11.6? How far away is 10 from 11.6? The 13, etc., etc. So kind of an easy way of organizing that is to take a second and write out those data points in a nice column. So 7, 10, 10, 13, and 18. And to get the difference, of course, we're going to have to subtract the average from each one of those, which is 11.6. So when we do that, we'll get a new series of numbers. So 7 minus 11.6, and you'll write that value down, negative 4.6. 10 minus 11.6 is equal to negative 1.6. Twice. 13 minus 11.6 will give me 1.4, positive. And 18 minus 11.6 will give me 6.4. So these represent the differences of each of those data points from that average. The thing is that we don't want to be dealing with whether or not that difference is positive or negative. So the next step in the mean deviation system is to go ahead and change everything to a regular positive number. I'm not interested in whether or not it's bigger or smaller. I just want to know how far away it is from that average. So it doesn't matter to me that it's 4.6 less. I just want to know how far away. So 4.6. We call that the absolute value difference. You may have heard that term before, but really it's as simple as taking any of your negative numbers and making them into positive numbers. And if they're already positive, as these last two are, to just leave them alone. So this last column, basically I just rewrote the difference column as positive integers. And this set right here represents how far each one of those is away from that average without taking sign into account. So the last step then to get that mean deviation is to calculate the average of this column right here. So we're going to get the mean deviation, which is the x with the bar over it and the letter D there in the corner. That will be equal to 4.6 plus 1.6. I'll move my calculator out of the way just for a second here. Plus 1.6 plus 1.4 plus 6.4. And then I have to divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So mean deviation is equal to, I'll bring this guy back now. I'll hide my work over here on the left for a moment, bear with me. 4.6 plus 1.6 plus 1.6 plus 1.4 plus 6.4 is going to be equal to 15.6. And we have to divide that number by 5. And that gives us our answer, which is 3.12. So the mean deviation in this case is 3.12. So just to walk you through those steps one more time, really quickly. Step 1, right up there, get the average. Step 2, which I did right over here, you get all those differences. Just subtract the value, the original value, minus the average for each of them. Write the number down. Once you've done that, step 3 was to make them all positive or to take their absolute values. And the very last step is to then take the average of that column, which I did down here as the 4th step. And that's how you do mean deviation.